Hello, YouTube. It's your boy, the Passport Bro Wingman, coming at you again with another YouTube video. Title of this video is called Passport Bros Go Mainstream on the Young Turks news network. And I was watching this clip by the Young Turks in which they were critiquing one of the Passport Bros TikTok videos. This is a popular YouTuber. This is the Digital Bromad. And pretty much on this episode, they were critiquing his video. And unfortunately, they did it in a more of a negative manner. Um, Usually, some of the Young Turks videos, I kind of put his way. There's some videos I do agree with them on, but then there's some of them I kind of shaking my head. So this is one in which I think they did a bad review of the Passport Bros. So I kind of want to share this video and then give you my feedback on their critique and kind of go from there. Fair use. So let's kind of go through this video. Let's get started. So here's like the ending clip of the Digital Bromad. This is pretty much the clip in question that they were speaking on. So I kind of want to show just the end of it, and then I kind of want to show you their critique and then give my feedback. So here we go.
Middle school, this is about, oh, you're a loser. You got another day coming.
I don't even know you. And Highland does look fun, but that gentleman is part of a subculture in America. They're referred to as the Passport Bros. Who are the Passport Bros? Well, they're individuals who aren't really satisfied with their options here in the United States. And so they are traveling the world in search of a partner, of a wife, of someone to share their lives with. John, let's watch more.
Oh, yeah, Passport Bros?
What is a passport?
Okay, passport bros are men that are so fed up with Western women because we're all apparently so woke and so terrible and Western women don't want to be wives that they are now going to other countries to find wives.
That's like which countries?
Southeast Asia, the Philippines, the Dominican Republic.
So it's like the opposite of the mail order bride.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Ugh.
I mean, look, I love my country and I love my people. And when I say people, I mean Americans in general. And so I kind of don't like dissing Americans. It turns me off. But if people...
Okay, so here we go. Here's the first critique. Basically, we're un-American, and I had a video in the past talking about how some of the haters of the Passport Bros were saying that we were kind of like un-American because we're basically, in their mind, dissing American women, and it's kind of like, why are you guys going over there boasting, trying to make us feel bad, or trying to say that other women are better than our women, and really, it's not even really about American women in general. All we're really doing is just letting other men know that you have options in other places. We don't really, I mean, like my last video was talking about coming to the table. This is exactly what we're talking about. Most of us are pretty much done with Western women. We're not negotiating with you. We're not going back and forth with you. We're just done. And we're just showing men that who are still, unfortunately, every year, as I said before, every year there's a new set of 18-year-old men who are going to be who are pretty much brought up in a society. They're in this very toxic culture, and they need what they're looking for is some people. Pretty much, they're looking for like the elders to kind of help them out and kind of show them how to navigate throughout this toxic dating culture. And one option we're saying is that you can travel abroad, you can go outside of the country. There's other option there. You don't have to just date the women who are locally here. Now, if you happen to date whatever, you meet a girl that you like, you guys hit it off, you get married, we're happy for you. That's what we're saying. But unfortunately, what we're saying for majority of men, at least 80% of men, you're going to have an incredible difficult time dating here in the West because of all the marriage laws and Me Too movements. And just in general, it's a very, the culture just is more of a matriarchy in which everything about a man is devalued. You're not going to be appreciated. And literally all you have to really do is take one ticket to the DR, date some of the women there, and come back to the States, and you will definitely see a difference in the way you're treated in general. So this is her attack on us, saying that we're attacking American women and that kind of thing. Well, the thing is, put it this way, if you would just compete like you want us to compete, you want us to have the 666, the six pack, six figures, got to be 6 feet tall. And if we don't measure up, then it's just because we didn't compete. Well, you need to compete as well. I mean, all we're doing is leveling the playing field. Is a surplus of good men here? You don't want these men? Okay, the women are saying, we'll take those men off your hands. That's what it's really about. I mean, we could care less. I mean, and this is just, once again, if you don't want these men, what does it matter to you? What does it matter to you where they go? You don't want these men anyway. Be happy with Chad, Brad, whoever else you have here. If they're satisfying you, what's the problem? What is the problem? I mean, we're like, you don't want us advertising to the other men who you don't want. It doesn't make any sense. Let's continue.
People need to travel outside of America to find their partner. Okay.
Yeah, first of all, it's not like you call it passport bros. That doesn't make it new or whatever. Like going somewhere where the dollar can be stretched further and you think you'll have more control over the women that you enter into a relationship. That's not new. That's a really old thing. So, and you can do it. By the way, the thing that I don't know that guy in the first video.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that's the issue is it.
Okay, and let me just say this. He mentioned pretty much like why did you guys need to put like a label on it? First off, we didn't really put a label on it. It's just that, as we said before, this has been going on way beyond the movement this movement has started. It's just that if you, as I said before in some of my other videos, there used to be a time where if you were traveling abroad and that kind of thing, it was almost like, how could I say it? To some degree, it was almost looked down upon, or like in many cases, it was kind of like, what's the word? It wasn't like every man's first go to. A lot of times they would just try to like date a lot of men, because you got to remember, during like maybe about 10, 15 years ago, the internet wasn't as big as it was. I mean, traveling about this wasn't like a major thing as far as like dating, that kind of thing. It only recently became, once like a lot of, with I believe his name is, what's his name? The guy that came up with the movie Frustrated, Frustrated, Black Man Frustrated in Brazil. That really kind of helped spark a lot of this. When men started just seeing that we had other options, we didn't have to take a lot of the abuse that we were taking here in the United States. And just to be honest with you, once the internet took off, these apps came out, Instagram came out, it completely ruined everything. Beforehand, men didn't really have to worry so much about traveling, that kind of thing. A lot of men were kind of, because put it this way, most men in general, I think we're not that picky in general. We tend to have a range of different women we would date. So before Instagram and all the social media stuff, men to some degree were willing to kind of compromise and just kind of deal with the women we're dealing with. But now it ain't reached such a point where it got so toxic where men just said enough is enough. And most men just started traveling and getting their passport. And since then, it's just been growing. It's going to continue to grow. They didn't really know they didn't really needed a way to kind of describe it. So at one point, of course, the name Passport Bros was born. I mean, it is what it is. So that's that. So that's
what they're doing. It's the way that they are trying to clearly make sure we know that there's a spin to it in their videos. Like, there are people who just want to live in another part of the world. They do like the culture. They do like the geography. They like the food or whatever. But when your whole thing is advertising to other men as an influencer, because you're the one putting out those videos, he's like, don't give me your grade school things. I didn't make you film that video. You put it out there because you're trying to sell a lifestyle, and the lifestyle is luxurious exploitation. That's what you're trying to, and you can do that. That's fine. I'm less bothered by that than whoever the woman with Ben Shapiro was. I don't know her.
Okay, and like someone said in the comments, this is when they didn't really do a good job with their research. When the digital bro man talks about don't bring me your little schoolyard insults, what they're unaware of is that there was like a pools and pools of American women dissing passport bros, saying the most negative stuff about them on TikTok, putting out video after video, just sparking us. That's why he's saying that. He's saying this as if we're trying to purposely get everybody's attention. Hey, look at me, I'm doing this and blah blah blah. Like we have a lot of what's the word? Like we're bitter and sore about everything. That's not primarily why we're doing this. Men are going overseas. They're enjoying their lifestyle. They're trying to share with other men. It's about sharing the knowledge so that other men know about it. That's pretty much what he's doing. He's just trying to tell you don't have to be sad and alone in the United States. There was a poll that said about 30% of men under the age, I believe, like 32, within the last year or two, had no sexual contact at all. And I think recently there was another poll talking about, I think a lot of the newer generation, there was I don't know the exact number, but there was a huge amount of men that had never went on a date. I believe this was men that was under about, I think like under the age of, might have been like 30. Like a huge amount of them had never went on a date before. It's just ridiculous. There's even articles talking about men would rather play video games than deal with some of the women here. So what he's just trying to show you in the video, Digital Bro Man, is that, hey, you don't have to be stuck in your basement or stuck in your house, playing video games all day to kind of escape a lot of the toxic culture here. There are other cultures there that will appreciate you. We can kind of go there. And he's just showing that he's having a great time. Now, in the midst of us doing that, we have haters who come and saying all types of stuff. We don't care about. Put it this way, you even have people saying they don't even want to come back to the West. They just want to go about, stay in that country, date the women there. They don't want to come back here at all. So we don't care if you see us, you don't see us. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Or what
I
our
thought it was
politics
just
are.
Ben Shapiro wearing a wig. I'm just kidding.
I
I'm just
don't-
kidding.
I honestly
know that
don't
it was
know.
Brett Cooper. Just joking around.
Okay, well, I don't know who that is or what our politics are.
They do
but-
look like each other though. Like,
Are they related?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I love that she either just jokingly or felt like she needed to do PR for the guys. Like, these are guys who are just like frustrated with the women, whereas they're super elegant. We're trash in this country. We're utter trash.
By the way,
really
there's
fast.
such wide variety in the United States.
Yeah.
There's trash if that's your thing.
Sure.
There's also a lot of classy, beautiful, independent, educated women. Like,
I got the last one.
there
Sorry.
are 330 million people.
And just to think about what you just said, we got all these elegant and beautiful and well educated. We don't care about your education. I mean, like we keep trying to we've been saying this on YouTube for I don't know how long. We don't care about your education. Do you make a great mother? Do you make a great girlfriend? Would you, are you going to be supportive of your man? Are you submissive? Do you get along well? Do you pair bond well? We care about that. We don't care about all the other stuff. And in fact, you got to even say that. I mean, that speaks volumes. That doesn't need to be said. And then and the thing about it is so bad about this whole situation is that I actually somewhat did, do like some of the Young Turks video. It's just on this one, they're completely wrong. There's the only way to put it. There's no way to put it. They're just completely wrong about this. And I understand that from his perspective, the guy that's speaking, usually he has good commentary, but on this, in my personal opinion, I understand he has to keep his job, and I understand that Young Turks, they have a lot of female subscribers, so he can't really say anything that's going to make the females mad. He got to kind of support Anna because he works with her, but it's coming off almost kind of simpish. I mean, come on now, like you got to tell the truth, man. Like stop trying to cop and cover for them. I mean, it is what it is. Like he said, "Oh, we're trash." We didn't say anything about the American men. In my opinion, the American men, a lot of them being victimized by this whole matriarchy. So we don't say anything about you. I mean, you're doing well for yourself. I mean, yeah. I mean, you should come on out. You should try it out. So,
in America, like, why are we
all trash? No, but that's the thing. Like the PR is these guys are frustrated with women here because the women are bad. It's not that the guys can't hack it. It's not that guys don't have what it takes or can't evolve or learn, that they're not willing to meet people halfway, that they can't find a satisfactory relationship. It's that the women are trash. That's why they have to flee to another country.
Listen, the gentleman in the TikTok video.
I don't know if y'all saw my post recently. Tom Brady's wife, it turns out, allegedly, she had been cheating on him for the past 3 years. With what was it? Is it another alpha dude she was looking out for? No, she was sleeping with her jiu-jitsu coach. Now think about this. Tom Brady, tall. Most women say he's handsome. He's successful. What else do the women want? And he still was getting cheated on. And all he wanted to do was continue his football career so he can bring more money in. So what most men are looking at is like, hey, you're saying we need to compete, but he's at the top of his game and he's still getting cheated on. Like, what do you want? What else do we need to do? How else can we be competitive? All we can do is get our passport and leave because this is the way you're going to treat us. There's nothing else we can do.
Video that we showed earlier. It's just that there aren't a sufficient amount of women in America who are willing to pour cups of jizz-like substances on him as he's walking through the streets.
I don't know exactly what. I assume that's like a festive thing. I don't know.
What was going on in that video? Does anyone know? What was that?
I don't know. I haven't been to Thailand. We'll ask Brett. He's been there. But yeah, what they're doing can be fine, but they seem to want to make sure that we know that it's not. That this is an exploitative thing. This is trying to down on westernized women or the fact that they believe they should have rights or something.
It was soap, by the way, that they're throwing on him.
It's a good start.
So apparently, even in Thailand, they know he's a dirty boy. Okay, I'm just kidding.
It probably made his day if he sees you saying that. But
no, I hear what you're saying. By the way, I have no problem with men doing this if they feel that this is what they need to do to find someone. Listen,
it's not just men, by the way. Women don't go abroad to meet people.
I mean, maybe they do. I'm unfamiliar with that practice.
Isn't eat, pray, love? Isn't love one of the three? I think that's what people do.
I don't think there's a subculture of women in America who are like, men in the US suck, and so I'm gonna go to Thailand to find my husband.
Yes, I'm not saying the subculture. I'm just saying the practice exists.
Sure.
People go abroad and meet people all the time.
Yeah.
It's that they're trying to layer this Andrew Tate pickup artist thing onto it.
Look, I think that what the videos that they're posting are meant to say is that they're not happy with the women here. Like, it's just a way of insulting women in America. That's it. That's all it is.
That's not the message I get from it, but that's definitely the message they want to send.
Yeah, and like the thing is, I'm not insulted by it because I know it's not true.
Yeah, the woman in the video was like, and all these Western women are so mad that these guys left. Who's mad?
The thing that makes me so, kind of annoyed sometimes by some of the women who say stuff like this is because these same women are the same women that'll tell women in the United States to not settle and stuff. First off, most people could look at Anna and see that she's a pretty decent looking woman. The problem is most of her female subscribers, these women are not decent looking women. Like we keep saying, there's a beauty deficit in the United States. You got heavily out of shape women, and they're listening to Anna stuff like that, and they're not going to want to change to try to get a mate. They're not going to try to do any type of anything really to improve their chances of landing a good man, because when they're listening to women like Anna and some of these other women on the internet, it's just ruining them. It's just making it worse. So when you just say things, so it doesn't matter if you don't care or not. The point is, why it might not be affecting you. It's like you're not. The sisterhood is staying together, and the thing is, you're just like, forget it. All I'm saying is that women like this, you're not really helping the women in this country. You're not helping them have realistic views on what type of man will be best for them. As we keep saying before, like the average, like our pretty much like whatever your look scale is, whatever you are on the look scale, if you're a 6. The woman who's a 6 in the United States, she's not checking for you. She thinks she deserves a 10. When she listens to Anna, these other women saying, "Oh, it's not that big of a deal," of course she's not going to compete or want to have realistic views. So in the end, you're only hurting yourself. It doesn't make any sense.
Mock them. They're not like, "No, come back, I want you." That's not I don't think that's what's going on.
Listen, I'm a very, very happy woman in my personal life, okay?
Please tell us more. Please tell us more.
Are you sure?
No, I'm good.
Dead ass. No, but
throw something on me, I'm gonna throw up.
In all seriousness, like, to me, what it communicates to the rest of the world when videos like that are posted that are just meant to insult, what they don't realize is they're communicating to the world. I had a lot of trouble finding someone who was willing to date me, and so I went elsewhere where I think the culture has women who are more submissive. Like, that's the way it comes across.
That's all it is, yeah.
And so I'm not mad at that. Like, I feel.
Yeah, but like once again, when other women who are not pretty much Beyonce and Kim Kardashian, when they see that, they should understand that there's not, especially men who have some type of means, there's not a large pool of those men. So when you see videos of like the digital romance or men who have things of means and they're with these other women, if you really want that type of man, you're going to have to be a little bit more competitive. That's what you should be getting out of it. Not that, I like, they just have a very, very hard time looking at the market in a very truthful manner. You just want to live in a delusional bubble. I don't. It doesn't make any sense.
I'm not just making this up. I genuinely feel terrible for people who feel lonely, right? So if that guy genuinely had difficulty finding a partner here and he had to go somewhere else to find a woman or the woman of his dreams, great.
Yeah.
But don't mischaracterize what's really going on here, and don't make it seem as though like there's a growing body of women in America who are seething over guys who are traveling elsewhere to find a partner.
Yeah.
No one cares. Like, literally no one cares.
Just go to TikTok.
Now, according to Urban Dictionary, the authoritative source for content and information about things like passport bros, the passport bros are men who have chosen to seek out foreign women, typically from other countries, for relationships. They believe that Western women have been influenced by cultural and societal pressures to behave in a certain way. Do I look like the kind of person who's pressured to behave in a certain way? I want to behave how I want to behave.
And also, to be clear, the countries they're going to don't have any cultural or social pressure on women. It doesn't affect them in any way.
It's only in America. It's an American
new.
thing.
It's a new thing.
There are no social pressures in any other country. That's what the people are saying.
Yeah.
They pressure women in the United States to choose working, to pretty much choose work over being a housewife. They pretty much there's influence there for you to look at something such as being a housewife as less than. So there's plenty of pressure in the United States to tell women that they don't need men. So yeah, plenty of pressure here. Versus, like I said, in other countries, most men and women kind of fall within like their regular gender roles. I mean, yeah.
So they're seeking out foreign women so they can find a more authentic, fulfilling, and harmonious relationship. Okay, and this is seen as a way to restore the natural balance between masculine and feminine energy and to avoid the wickedness of Western women. Well, I can't be pretty wicked.
You can. I love the
Very
idea of like
don't
these
like
guys are like,
masculine
all I need
women.
is like $5,000 so I can go have random sex with a bunch of women because they're wicked back here. I'm virtuous and moral as I try to have random sex on the beaches of Thailand, but these damn whores in Minnesota.
You never see the celebrities going to these strip clubs for like $50,000 and they're going in there having all types of threesomes and foursomes and all that stuff in the United States. They don't do that here. I mean, there actually was what? There was I think it was like two guys that had like impregnated like 70 different women. I mean, you have all that same stuff going on here. I mean, you have guys like we already talked about all the celebrities DMing like average looking women, pounding them out. You got this goes on in the United. I mean, I understand why you think like that's just like exclusive to like passport roles, whether or not they want to do that or not. What does that matter? And that's not what the definition said anyway. It talked about us getting wives. Like, what does that matter? So
Soda are trying to corrupt my pure soul. Just need a loan so I can bang someone. Damn whores.
Ay. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Like, look, again, you could do it, and lots of people do it. Like, cool, now you have a hashtag, like name, label, or whatever, but like lots of people do it. But like, let's also just realize what's happening. There are a lot of men who either don't have it in them emotionally, spiritually, intellectually, or have been trained because they follow the wrong influencers, that they can't keep up with society. There's just a lot about society that they can't take. They literally can't watch a movie because if they see two people.
Keep up for what? For a Lizzo? What am I working hard for? For a Lizzo? Or some woman, once you marry her, she's gonna like let herself go. Doesn't make any sense.
Same-sex kiss, they their pants. Like, they can't keep up, and so they flee somewhere where they think all of those things that scare them and make them feel anxiety and uncomfortable will be repressed by the state and by cultural and social pressures. And because women are so repressed and they don't have rights, they don't even have to go to the trouble of stripping them of the rights. And so it's guys who can't make it in a modern society.
This is just false. You're basically trying to say all the. This goes back to those women are uneducated. They can't speak English. They don't have rights. They have rights in those countries. It's just that the government, they don't have daddy government behind them. They just let things go as it is. You got to get out of the mud. You got to work hard. You got to do what you got to do. There's no handouts. That's the difference. You can have rights, but I mean, at the end of the day, most women are looking for provision and security. Versus here, it's almost like, put it away. In other countries, they have to kind of earn that security and covering from a man. Versus here in the States, it's almost like, the police and daddy government will provide everything that a man would normally do. So the women don't have to earn it from a man. Versus other countries, the government's not going to do that. You have to earn it from a man. So that's why they're more willing to cooperate with the men there. It has nothing to do with not having rights. It's a matter of I'm not protecting or covering a woman who's not my girlfriend or wife. I don't have to provide for them. If I don't know them, they don't belong to me. I don't owe them anything. Versus here in the United States, they find ways to try to extract money from men to take care of these women, and like especially these women who have multiple children by multiple men. And we have to be somehow responsible for that and pay into a system for that. Other countries say no, you're on your own. But I'm going to end it there. But that's pretty much the gist of like their whole argument. So just let me know what you think in the comment section. Tell me what you think about this whole deal. What do you think about their critique? Please subscribe to my channel if you have not. Hit the thumbs up, hit the notification bell. And until next time, this is your boy, the Passport Bro, Wingman, signing off.
Dear Passport Boys, dear Passport Bros, stop calling yourself Passport Boys and Passport Bros. Are you going to the Philippines to look for a Filipina queen or what? So stop calling yourself Passport Boys and Passport Bros. Start calling yourself Passport Kings.